Welcome to the No Fame Podcast.
I kind of like to start a podcast with a bit of a feeling. I got that, so we're good.
And welcome to Stories from the Shore. That's our intro. We're back, baby. We had a little break. All of us were doing things and it was busy and stuff like that, but we're back. We're recording Stories from the Shore episode 4. I'm joined by some amazing people from both Gut Punch RPG. From both
RPG.
Gut Punch
in the
works. I'll cut that. I'm joined
boom,
by
boom, motherfuckers.
I'm joined by my amazing friends from both Gut Punch RP and the Charisma Saving Show in absolutely a order that I'm dictating from my computer screen right now. We have Grayson.
Oh, hi. Yeah, not prepared for that whatsoever. Hello, hi. I'm Grayson, also known as Captain Grayson on, I don't know, several social media things. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. And I think the Charisma Saving Show is back up by the time this will air. We probably have a new episode out at this point. If you want to go check it out, you should do that.
Hell yeah. We have Jess.
Oh shit, that's me. Hi. Hi. How do I do this again? Hi, I'm Jessica, Dr. Psychowl on the things and the stuff, except for on Twitter, where I'm Dr. Psychowl TV. I believe by the time this airs, Gut Punch will also be back doing live shows on Mondays and Fridays, alternating and stuff. I don't know. I don't remember how to do this anymore.
Yep, me neither. Obviously, because I just muted myself. We have Andy.
Oh, shit. No, I was ready. Hi. I'm Andy. Everyone's taken out. Hi, I'm Andy. I'm a hero of hearts on most social media platforms and sometimes Twitch. I'm the Dungeon Master on the Charisma Saving Show, which, yeah, we'll be back on the 4th of October, so I assume it's after the 4th of October now.
It will be, yeah, for sure.
I sure hope it is.
I don't actually know what date it is when this airs, but everyone probably is back by now, so that's good news. And we have Kai.
Hi, I'm Kai, or Kyla Cosplay on the things and the stuff. Yeah, I'll be back on Gut Punch, I guess. Yeah, sure.
Nope, you're off.
I assume so.
I mean, yeah, I would think so too. I was kind of hoping.
It'd be real awkward if you're not.
An exclusive. You just have to listen to this podcast to hear about it.
Right. This would be me and Remy playing a real loud game every Monday night.
It's called Who Could Bark the Loudest.
There's a man with a hat. Bork, bork.
Amazing. And my name is Justin Crane. I do things here at No Fame. I DM this game and I play Grimir in Tall Tall Tower, our high fantasy D&D 5e podcast that is sound designed and edited for your listening pleasure. I play a big fella who is chaotic good, loves fighting evil, and likes his friends. I think it's time we get into episode 4 of Stories from the Shore. Intro music.
We walked through the valley, wet our feet in the stream. Didn't find what we wanted. We got lost in a dream. In the end, there's only the dark.
we are back on the shore. When we last left off, you all just finished a harrowing battle with Beverly Beaver and Maurice Moose inside of the arcade, but we are not kicking off the session there. Our camera fades somewhere completely different. Someone sits in a small room with the lights off. One window is open as a cold breeze blows through, moving the curtains ever so slightly. The person opens a laptop as the light now silhouettes them. They begin typing. The screen flickers and changes. Camera feed. An old camera feed. Black and white. The contrast is jacked up as far as it can go. The image isn't great, but they can see figures moving at the far end of the frame. They listen for a moment before sighing, closing the computer. They put out a cigarette close by in an ashtray, lean back in their chair and stare out the window as our view is torn out and brought back to the arcade. You all found yourselves, for various reasons, in the abandoned arcade downtown Null Shore. A group of young adults disappeared after a live stream from the arcade that ended in an incredibly mysterious way, cries and screams echoing out over degraded video signals. Inside, you didn't find the missing people, but you did find their equipment and laptop. Aram found his brother's college ID taped to a notice board, and as Jort was powering up the laptop, 2 animatronic icons of the Null Shore arcade sprung to life and attacked you. You all didn't waste much time leaping into action as Selena Snow and Mike of the Podcasts struggled to get their equipment going. Risa made a slick move of blowing vapor into Mike's camera lens as she took out one of the constructs. Tammy found herself dodging various arcade machines that took on a life of their own as Jort flew up to the ceiling and handled his actions from up above. Aram, taking down the final construct using his shadow abilities, was just managing to catch his breath. The arcade grows quiet as Selena slumps to the floor against an old Mortal Kombat machine. Mike wipes his lens and begins panning slowly back around the arcade. The 2 animatronics lay unmoving on the floor, but portions of the arcade now appear drastically different. A deep slate material covers various areas, even along the walls and the ceiling. Aram, staring at what was previously a portion of the arcade wall, is now this deep slate wall, and could swear that he could see through it. Hazy, foggy even, but definitely seeing past it. A dark figure in the distance turned and looked at Aram through the haze and began a dead sprint towards the barrier, slamming into it hard. They fell back before getting up again. Aram falls backwards himself with a shock as the figure gets up and smashes into the wall a second time. The figure gets up slowly, placing a hand on the opposite side of the hazed window, slowly revealing the face of Kinsey, Aram's lost brother, who mouths Aram's name. Aram. The barrier slowly darkens as haze and fog thicken, almost like the slate is closing over until nothing can be seen, and the dark slate wall is completely opaque. You all find yourselves standing around in the dead quiet of the arcade. Aram on the ground after this event, Jort still up on the ceiling, and Tammy near Aram, while Risa is up near Selena and Mike, who Mike is still panning around the arcade. What are you guys doing?
I feel like Aram will get up very abruptly and go to the wall that is now opaque.
Yep.
And kind of like feel around frantically on the wall, and just say, Kenzie?
Sweetie, why are you touching that wall?
You didn't see it? You didn't see it?
DM, did I see it? Just Aram.
That's a great question that I should have thought about. Yeah, you would have saw it. You would have seen it.
What just happened?
I don't know. That was brother. I'm looking for him.
You, Tammy, still holding on to those senses, the area felt kind of like a void of, how do you normally, when you think about, wait, let me phrase this differently. Tammy, when you are reading people and when you're performing your psychic activities, what does it feel like, or what are the senses that you associate with kind of reaching out to this realm?
My grandma, she also was touched by the spirits and whatnot, and a lot of the sensations that I get are actually kind of through smell and through hearing more than they are a visual thing, almost like recalling grandma cooking and that kind of vibe. So I normally close my eyes to reduce the noise brought in by visual information and then listen. And frequently, if there is a more nefarious spirit, then it's kind of like a noxious smell.
Interesting. I like that. When you first came in here, you were sensing almost nothing, and then you started to feel this noxious vibe kind of come back into the arcade, and it still is slightly lingering, ever so barely, but dissipating very quickly.
I think things are going to be maybe safe for a moment, but you say that's your brother?
Yeah, it looked just like him.
We'll get him back, sweetie.
Okay. Did you see any way in? Is there...
I think whatever momentarily happened to where we could see the beyond is not here right now. It's dissipating.
It's somewhere else?
Whatever malevolence was here earlier is not here now.
He'll look a bit confused at, like, malevolence being something, like, used in the same, kind of discussion that has to do with Kenzie, and he will, like, abruptly turn away from Tammy and, like, flick on his flashlight and, like flash it against the wall. Just kind of looking for any hint of access or weirdness.
Yeah, I'll tell you this, Aram, that this feels... actually, I'll start here. When you look around the arcade with your flashlight, you see the little globules that you're kind of used to seeing when you hide yourself. These little shadowy orbs that kind of float up and kind of dissipate. And as you're looking around, you notice that these are here. And not only that, things kind of look a little bit duller. Like colors don't seem as sharp inside the arcade. Even in your flashlight, it just seems a little bit drained. And as you're sweeping, you notice that even like some of the arcade machines now appear like cut in half. This gray slate will go up along a wall and stop, and then the other half of the wall will be the regular arcade that you're used to. A lot of the flooring that was like this weird carpet design has been sporadically replaced with this deep slate material. It reminds you a lot of when you use your abilities, but you don't see a way through that wall.
I have a question for some of you. All of you, maybe. When you do the things that all of you can do, that I saw you do here today, what does that look like for all of you?
Not gonna lie, I just kind of woof, and then the magic happens.
Yeah, like I just feel like energy's around me, and it's just like, sparkles. Like, sparkles. I just sort of like shrug, like.
Where are Selena and camera guy? That I can't remember his Mike. Thank you.
Always.
You can tell it's Jessica because I'm using the correct names.
Mike and Selena are still up near. And I'm thinking about it in terms of the map that we had. They're still against the far wall. Now that you've all gathered around Aram more or less, and they're kind of on the opposite wall of the arcade, and the entrance is kind of between you guys and them.
I will also not be on the ceiling or the walls while we're having this
Right.
conversation.
Yeah.
Does Jort walk along the ceiling and down a wall, or
He I can fly in darkness, but I think he just skates down.
ooh, very cool, very cool.
Nice. So Tammy will kind of cut her eyes over to them, make sure they're not in earshot, and be like, "Well, for the real magic, that's, it tends to be more purples, but when I am detecting actual spirits and they are communicating with me, they tend to communicate through more sounds and smells. Like I can know that they're not going to harm me because I can smell sweet things like cinnamon and nice smells, but then if it's dangerous, it's kind of makes you gag a little. So that's what was happening here. But then I also I know how to influence people in general, and so sometimes I let the social lead a bit. So not all of my magic is magic. Some of it's just influence.
Well, I guess there's a bit of a... For me, now I'm thinking about it, it's almost like there's a absence of light sometimes.
Okay, that's familiar. The room, the way it looks right now, and he'll kind of point to where those areas of dullness exist. Can they see that?
Yeah, everyone can see the dull areas of the slate material along the parts of the floor and parts of the wall and even parts of the ceiling. And again, full arcade machines are kind of like they're just half missing, basically. A bunch of objects around the arcade kind of appear like this.
My magic tends to, if that's what we're calling it, look like this. But Kenzie always taught me to not be afraid of any of the darkness, and so I've kind of learned how to manipulate it. And so I'm just wondering if that's what's happening here, if someone is manipulating it the way I do.
Are we able to investigate this slate at all?
Yeah, for sure. If you want to do, Arcana and Investigation will probably give you different answers. I'll tell you that much.
I think Jort will check out the slate and see how the machines, the machines are basically cut in half, like something was removed, or the color is gone.
Like something is removed, yeah.
Okay. So I think he's just gonna like look inside the machines and like see like what's happening and like try to compare stuff to like the opposite sides of the arcade.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead and roll. Is anyone else doing anything else right now?
I just want to ask because I know that the walls were like a little bit opaque. Did I know that they were opaque? Or not opaque, the opposite of that, see-through one.
Yeah. Everyone in that line probably would have all seen the same thing, but no one recognized what was happening until Aram told you guys, basically. But you all would have seen the scene that happened.
The like cloudy rock or crystal that was in that bag, does that look like it's kind of a piece of the same wall or no?
Give me a vibe check. Since that's a stat we have.
I'm just going to take out this cloudy rock and just kind of hold it up and just sense the vibes. And yeah, that's about how good I roll normally. So that'll be the 13.
13, 13 is pretty good. I'll tell you that while it doesn't seem like it's from, like, it's not a piece of the gray slate, but it, like a deep gray slate, I should say, but it has a similar resonance, like it feels very similar to each other, so you can kind of feel like they came from the same place, potentially. And Jort, what was your roll? 21. Whoa. It looks like you're looking through all these machines and kind of like trying to look around the arcade and piece things together a little bit. And you pass by like Mike and Selena are like filming things, and like Selena's going on with like a small monologue about how half of the arcade just randomly vanished and stuff like that. And every now and then she'll just stop and be like, "This is gold. Like we have real proof right now." As you're looking around, it looks like a lot of these machines were literally sliced perfectly down the center and are just gone. You look, the wiring is perfectly cut. The glass of the cabinets is still intact, but just completely sliced down. All of the innards, same thing. It's like you're looking at a skeleton, or not a skeleton. I'm picturing like, all that's going through my mind is...
I know what you're talking
like
about.
Hannibal.
Like a diorama.
I was about to say Hannibal. I was like, honestly, I was like, the only thing I'm thinking about is the show
like Body
Hannibal
Works.
with those fucking cutouts of that one person in that one episode. That was horrific.
Yeah, the Body Works exhibit.
I understand.
God.
Bisected.
True. Yeah. A true knife. That's a better word. Yes. They all look like they were bisected, and they're just gone.
You think this wall here was a window or a doorway, though?
I mean, maybe. I don't see any way in, though, so kind of...
Maybe it's not about seeing.
I'm just gonna walk into the wall.
You bring up Solid on the wall. Feels like concrete, basically, is the same vibe you get from like the feel of knocking on it. Feels like you're knocking on solid concrete.
Maybe it needs something. Maybe it needs...
Like a password or a key or something.
Or a spell?
Or a spell.
Maybe
Anyone know any spells to open walls?
maybe the rock's the key. It had to come out.
Arambor will press the rock against the wall.
You press the crystal. Everyone's like, oh. You press the crystal up against the wall, and you hear, dun, and you look over your shoulder, and the laptop has powered up. But nothing happens with the crystal. Jort was charging the laptop for the past little while.
Was that just like a weird coincidence, or is that some some stuff. I just like take a hit of my vape pen and just kind of like look at the computer like very suspiciously.
Well, why don't we check out the computer? There's maybe something on it.
Yeah,
We can also
Sorry.
checking it on Ghoul School over there.
School.
Wow.
Trying to think of some sort of duo name, and like that's it. Ghoul School.
School's very good. You push like one of the keys. You push one of the keys on the laptop, and there's no password on it, and it just goes to like the desktop, and then you see things start to open again, like when your computer crashes, and then all the programs start popping up, and you see like OBS Studio, or I think they feel like a Streamlabs. The Streamlabs opens up, and no, I don't want to support Streamlabs. OBS Studio opens up. We'll go with that. All the programs start popping up again, just like like a computer restarting, basically.
Any of you know what this means?
I'm gonna just start like I'm gonna start trying to use the laptop like I'm like an old man. Just like going through.
I do love that they said
Yeah.
like I am an old man and not because I am.
No one knows how old George
Age
is.
undefined.
I mean, I don't really know those things, but I feel like Sarita, I feel like you know about the, like, have you ever heard of, what is this, OBS?
Obs?
I don't know. I think it's OBS. There's like an OBS thing that's open over here?
You hear like in the a loud sigh, cut, Mike, and then like walks over around like one of the cabinets, and she has like I think I said last time she had night vision goggles on. She comes over and she like puts up her goggles over her head. She's got like an EMF that's been like slowly ticking away. She's like, sorry, OBS, what were you saying?
Yeah, there's some kind of orbs in here or something.
And she like crouches down. She's like, oh yeah, the kids were streaming, and she points at she looks at everyone, points at Risa. She's like, they were streaming,
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just not touching the cursed computer.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Yeah.
I do the thing where like Cat being caught doing something like what?
Cursed computer.
It's just spooky. I don't like it. It just turned on when we touched the rock to the wall, and there's not enough of a pattern to establish whether that's just like a coincidence or not. So I'm not touching it. Thanks, Serena, for your sacrifice.
Maybe I didn't introduce myself. It's Selena Snow. Myself and Mike here run the podcasts. I might have said this already. It's been a crazy night. Mike, can you come over and capture a video of me doing that? And she like starts plucking at the camera. Mike like is recording in the background. She's like, yeah, it looks like they were recording the stream as they were streaming it. There's a video here of the stream, and she like scrubs through the video, and you can see it gets all distorted like the live stream was. She's like clicking through the windows. They've got email. They were talking to someone through email. Looks like Catherine. They were talking to someone named Catherine, and that about
raises an eyebrow.
Looks like it. They have some games. Do you guys want to play a game? Is that what we're here for?
I feel like
They got pinball in there. What they
I feel
got?
like Aram is like not anywhere near the computer and still near the wall, just like eye rolling and sighing.
I think I will shove Selena over and be like,
Hold on, can you show me this email?
Take me to the
Why did you-
bill.
Why did you say it
Hey,
like that? It just felt like that was the most unnatural
I don't
thing.
have an answer.
It just felt like that was the most unnatural way you could have said email.
Just don't.
Okay.
Don't.
She's like, yeah, it's right here. They were apparently. There's a few incoming and if you just scroll here, if you use your 2 fingers on this trackpad, you can scroll up and down through the whole thing here.
They don't have a mouse. They have a trackpad. Just a trackpad. This is terrible.
It's a laptop. What do you expect? Listen, I have a trackpad or a huge.
I pull out a Bluetooth mouse and I put it in the stupid computer.
It's the special item that Andy took.
Is it a MacBook? Because like MacBook trackpads are like, but real good.
Yeah, it is. It's It's MacBook Air. Sponsor us.
Where are these kids getting the money for this
Right.
thing? Damn.
Streamer kids, man. They just, I don't understand it. But yeah, it's a little MacBook. She shows you the mail, and you can see like a bunch of, you see the whole thread of incoming and outgoing email. A conversation between them and Catherine dated over the past week, but you were told Catherine disappeared a while ago, at least, a solid month or more.
Something's fishy about this. Besides an adult interacting with minors.
Well, they were all like 19, 20, to be fair.
Okay, never mind. They're young adults. It's less weird, but it's still like questionable. Anyways.
I'll like show everyone the like conversations. Be like,
so I'm kind of been hired to look for this person here. Unless it's an entirely different Catherine, but see, the thing that gets me is Cat's been gone for like a month, maybe more. And this stream happened like last week or something, or what?
The stream was last night. It's like you guys came in
this
around.
is what a whole summer away will do.
Yeah, you guys came in around 11 in the morning, let's say, and the stream was the night before.
Okay. It's all coming
Yeah,
back.
the cops had closed this place off because they were, well, something happened. People went missing.
I'm gonna guess these emails might be linked.
Do you think it's actually Catherine or someone posing as her?
I feel like it's someone posing.
Well, I mean, can you...
luring people in.
Yeah, can you...
I wonder if I can reply to one of these.
Can you do that thing with like the ISP and then you enhance and you find them on Google Maps or whatever?
I like raise an eyebrow over my shades. I'm like, what?
Yeah, let me try something.
Jordan, you hear a voice in your head.
Mooney!
Hey, Mooney, can you get inside the computer or something?
Get inside the computer? No, I can't get inside the computer. I'm behind you. He pokes you in the shoulder.
Hey, yo, what's up?
Hey.
Can you help me here?
This place feels like kind of like where I came from.
Like how so?
I feel good. I mean, I feel like I'm at home right now.
Well, if you're at home, can you show me around? Be a good host? Open a door or something?
No. I mean, it's not that easy. Anyway, I can't get in the computer. I just wanted to tell you that it feels different. I don't know what an ISP is. I don't know what she's talking about.
Yeah, I have no idea.
We've established that we cannot see this.
Yeah, I don't think we established anything.
So we're just seeing Jorts talking to Jorts.
to thin air.
Yeah.
You just see me talking to something.
I'm just gonna kind of sidle over to Mike, who I assume is still filming ineptly, and just kind of be like,
"Yep.
You got any more donuts?"
And he has a little fanny pack that he zips open. It's just got a bunch of donuts in there.
Does Mike have a voice, or has he just made sounds the entire
Yeah,
time?
only sounds.
He's eating donuts. He has a donut
Only-
right now.
As I'm taking this
for
donut
him.
from him, though, I'm going to just, like static shock him as I'm like tapping him and just like hit him with on off the cantrip, so the camera just turns off
Ooh.
while it looks like George is
Hell yeah.
talking to
Oh.
themselves.
You notice
I
when you
completely
do
forgot
this,
to take any of those.
I think the spell just works. And you notice when you do this, the feed also was kind of a little bit glitchy and distorting before you even turned off the camera. But the camera dies, and Mike's like, Selena's like, Mike, what's up? He's like, and sits down with the camera and starts like poking buttons, trying to get it to work. Selena's like, damn it.
Like, was it glitchy and distorted the whole time, or like just was there a time frame on this?
When you walked over and you go to cast, you notice in that second and a half of you going to cast that on-off spell that his little viewfinder was like glitching out and distorted slightly, and then your spell goes through and shuts off the camera.
Knowing that the people's stuff got distorted, is there like any difference in feeling in the air right now or anything like that?
It still feels about the same.
Uh,
Weird and ominous.
Mike, you've been having trouble with that picture the whole time, or just now? You can just nod.
And shrugs as he's got a screwdriver out, and the camera seems to be like giving him trouble.
I mean, we're on our toes, but I think we should be on our toes. Bucket.
Aram's gonna come over where like Selena is, I guess, crouched over near the computer. What does the email say?
You read through the emails. I'll kind of sum it up, I guess, a little bit. It seems like one of the emails was about a book, just like taking a book out of the library. They needed it for a little bit longer, asking Catherine if it'd be okay to keep it for a little bit longer, as Catherine was the local librarian in town, which Aram would be aware of. And then there's no reply until about a week ago. And this initial email, I should say, was about 2 months ago. And then a week ago, they get an email from Catherine that says, the email states that it just says, hey, no worries, it's all good. Hey, me and a couple of the teachers were talking, and they found this like crystal, and we're wondering if you guys wanted to do some like experiments with it, like some science stuff. Could be that we put in a good word, maybe with some of the colleges, if you guys want to tinker with it. Could be fun. And then the emails go back and forth, asking what they were going to do, and Catherine is describing that the crystal reacts to like certain areas of town and electricity, and kind of operates on she used the word vibes. Like it kind of like takes the vibes of an area, you know? And it's very like off the cuff. It's not a very well written email. And the emails, I should say, none of them are really that well written. And they go back and forth. Catherine tells them, hey, it's just in the library. You can go get it. I'm feeling sick, so I haven't been into work for a while. And then that was pretty much the last email that came in.
Aram will grab the crystal that Risa put in his hands. And it said specifically electricity.
It listed like a few different things, like trying to make it sound like a science experiment. More, that's the kind of gist that you got from what was being said here.
Okay. So he kind of goes closer to the wall again, and he's gonna like kind of brush his hair out of his face. And whoever's kind of like closer to him would notice that one of his eyes is a lot darker than the other. And as he's kind of doing this, you see the lighter eye go a bit darker as well, only like halfway, as if it's like kind of growing into that eye. And everything around you gets just like really dark, like darker than it already is. And he's gonna cast darkness in the area to try to like kind of fill up where the slate wall is, but as like the with the crystal in the darkness. And you kind of just like notice all of the things that are on like your cell phones or like your laptop, the laptop that's on, kind of dim in light slightly as the room fills up with darkness.
Very cool. Yeah, you see Selena's like, is there a gas leak? As the darkness starts to like go out further and further. Yeah. What are you doing?
So he's trying to see if like the darkness makes the crystal react in any way, and if not, if the darkness kind of like reaches out to the wall and creates like kind of that void space, and once it's like kind of all filled up, he'll do what Jort did and not walk into it, but like extend his hand into it.
Yeah, the darkness expands, and the crystal, it doesn't seem like it's having an obvious or immediate reaction or effect, and the slate wall still feels like it's very much solid.
Okay.
Risa, what you notice, or what you don't notice is that noise. What you notice that you don't notice is that you haven't been getting notifications. You posted a video just before things popped off in the arcade, and you're used to an absolute barrage of notifications coming in, but you haven't felt your phone vibrating whatsoever, or whatever settings you may or may not have. And even everything kind of feels like it's getting condensed a little bit, like almost like even your emotions of the room are getting condensed when Aram is starting to cast this darkness. But it doesn't seem like the barrier is open or anything.
I feel like seeing them casting or like turning the space around them dark, I would feel like it was part of that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I just attribute it to Aram doing stuff, since they just explained that their magic is sort of that.
Selena's like, hey, I'm no longer comfortable being in here. Things are getting even more strange. Tammy, I'm going to make sure Mike is going to get the camera fixed, and we're going to back up the files on it out in the van. We were planning on still going to see that Big Dale fella, Big Dale 6969 of TikTok. He, I don't know if you guys, Aram, I think you said you know of him, but he was the only one that we found from this area that kind of like disappeared in a TikTok video and came back. A lot of people on TikTok in like the ghost talk scene are talking about how he traversed between worlds and stuff like that. So we're really interested about getting an interview. We had a hard time getting past like nursing and stuff like that. They were like, friends and family only, and then there was like this, I don't know, his aunt or someone who was like telling us that we shouldn't go in and see him. So that was like a real bummer, right? But anyway, sorry, Tammy, if you still want to work on this project with us, we'll just be outside, and then we can talk over what we're going to get up to. I guess I don't know if you guys have big plans or whatever.
Oh, sure. I've got a few things that I'd like to look at around here.
Okay, and they very slowly open the door to the outside of the arcade, look around each corner.
And note, I did not actually look in their direction when I responded to them. I just...
Of course.
But I think also at this time, Tammy is noticing that Air is doing some stuff over. Be like, I know this was your brother. Do you mind if I take a look at all?
Please.
And just because I haven't touched the wall, I will kind of close my eyes and put my hand against the wall and just breathe it in. And so I'm kind of just going for a little bit of a psychic vibe check.
Yeah, let's do that. I'll say this will be the last remnants of your detect magic kind of working in your favor as well.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I think it was 10 minutes, and we can say this has all been around 10 minutes or so.
What is D&D time?
What is D&D time?
What even is
D&D?
So that would be a 23.
Oof, hell yeah. 23 is very good. You kind of remember when you cast Mind Sliver on Maurice Moose in the battle, you kind of had this flash of you were in this other place where it was the arcade, but empty and cold and desolate. And you kind of find yourself back there, not physically, but your mind is kind of traversing, piercing the veil, as you do when you read people and stuff like that. You're seeing what others can't see right now. And it's this very absolutely hopeless feeling, desolate, almost wasteland. You see trees that have no branches made up of this dark slate. You see just mountains in the distance, everything kind of this dark purplish hue, and these kind of deep greens and purples roiling in the sky as you're just kind of in this bare bones arcade. You get a feeling of hunger and of consuming, and a need to consume. You keep getting this feeling over and over and over again as you're kind of reaching out to this other realm. You see some hazy figures. You can't quite make out if they're people. There's a few of them, and you try to reach out, and you see some of them kind of walking up to where the barrier would have been, and reach out and kind of, it looks like a what was going through my head is the original ghost from Pokemon, that staticky black void, featureless blobs of dark static, and it touches this wall, and it turns around and looks at these other featureless blobs, and they kind of just start to walk away. And you get a feeling, I'll give you a choice, Tammy. You could double down and kind of reach further, but it might come at a cost.
Justin, I don't know if you know this about me as a player. That is not a choice. I am doubling down and reaching further.
Amazing. Okay. You reach out, you kind of make a deeper connection with this void, and the feeling of consumption and hunger starts to gnaw at you from the inside, but you reach towards these featureless blobs who began to walk away, and you hear ever so faintly these faint voices speaking.
Aram, you saw your brother? Yeah, I couldn't get through. I don't know where. I don't even know where to look anymore. This is where you guys came in? Yeah, I don't know, something happened. There was a flash of light. Most of us ended up here. Penelope, we haven't seen Penelope since I don't even know if she made it. Okay, well.
And they look at each other standing in like a little circle.
Well, Aram, what happened to you? You've been missing for days.
Aram responds,
something in town square. I don't know. I was helping someone there. It's all hazy now, but someone asked me to give them a hand, and the next thing I know, I'm here.
And their voices become staticky and hard to kind of differentiate, and they all start to become this kind of featureless source of audio again, muffled and distorted, and getting quieter as they're walking away from the arcade. I'm going to roll this D12 here that I won on Gut Punch RP. I rolled 11. Your maximum HP is reduced by 11 hit points.
Wizard Tammy. No.
You don't take damage, it's just your max. As your consciousness is thrust back in your body and you fly backwards and hit against half of an arcade machine and just kind of land back, and you're back in the arcade and everyone's around you again.
Aram will run up to her to make sure she's okay.
Oh no, Miss Tammy.
Aram.
Mm-hmm.
May I, here, could you give me a hand?
I'm so sorry. I realized I was saying Aram the entire time. It was Kenzie.
Okay.
I'm so dumb. So dumb. Sorry.
Because I was about to be like, Aram, could you give me a hand and then grab on him? Okay.
As soon as when you just said Aram, I was like, fuck, I've been saying Aram the whole time. I'm going to leave this in. This is going to stay because that's my bad. Kenzie was the one the others were talking to. The names that were mentioned were Kenzie was talking to someone, and then someone mentioned Penelope, and those were the only names you heard. Sorry. That's my bad.
Okay.
I was about to have my shit rocked. Thanks, Justin.
Yeah. Your brother's name's Kenzie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who Penelope is?
Would I just like in passing know who Penelope is? Like,
Yeah. You know.
Okay.
She's just like she's like one of the, Penelope is in the friend group with Kenzie. It's like Kenzie, Penelope, Dax, and I have them all here. It's Dax, Zayden, Penelope, and Callie, and then your brother Kenzie are like,
okay.
That's their like core friend group that hang out.
Okay. She's one of my brother's friends.
Right. So I kind of saw shapes. I wasn't sure if they were human or what, but then I overheard a conversation between Kenzie and Penelope, and there were others there asking about like when Kenzie got here, and then I'll also just kind of recount everything that I heard.
Yeah.
So they're okay?
Or I think so, but I think they are on. I think y'all are right. Like I think they're in a different plane of existence.
Did they say anything about getting there? How they got there?
No, I don't think they mentioned anything about that. But it did seem like they didn't all get there at the same time. They did mention the square.
They're in the square.
I think one of them was. I don't know that they're there now. In fact, no, I feel like they are here, but they are not here.
Right.
As if there is a parallel here.
Okay.
But I do feel like we should check the square out.
So Selena was saying something about Dale being the only person to have gone somewhere and come back. Did you speak to that person?
No, we were on the way to go try to chat with them. But then saw the commotion and came over here.
Maybe we could? Or should? Maybe we should. Maybe we should do that.
Yeah. It's not a bad idea. Maybe we should take this laptop with us.
Speaking of the laptop, Risa, you were mentioning about the tracing like the ISP and stuff like that. Are you doing that, or are you just putting that up as a suggestion? Are you not touching the spooky laptop?
I still don't think that she'd be touching the computer. I also feel like she would not actually know how to do that. Like she would have like the flashy side of computers down and not the like I actually know how things work side.
Yeah, cool.
So,
I was just double checking.
Nope, not helping.
Sweet.
I'm maybe Googling it or trying to.
Yeah.
Like step-by-step instructions, figuring it out.
I feel like this plays into your investigation abilities. Yeah, why don't you, let's give it an investigation check and we'll see as you scour the internet, trying to figure out.
Scour the rest of this one.
Can I just like looking over?
Ooh.
Oh, never mind.
It's a 25.
Whoa, yeah, you find the exact website that instantly tells you how to do this for email.
Actually just does it for you.
Oh my god.
Darkweb.com.
Yeah, it's not even, it's like asking you to connect to the email app and you're like, okay, and then it's like, hey, this is where this was sent from. And it was sent from here in Null Shore, and you start zooming in and zooming in and zooming in, and it's like a house. And you see the address for the house.
Do I recognize this address?
It looks like the one that Alice gave you. And speaking of, Alice said she would call you to go check out, because you suggested you can go look over her sister's house, Catherine. And Alice was like, oh yeah, I'll call you when you can come over, but she hasn't called you.
Pull out my phone. Do I have any bars in here?
Yeah, you got normal signal.
So, we gotta open this door. We gotta open this doorway, right? To get to these people. But we have to go find this 69 guy and figure that out or something.
I think it's the only lead we have.
Yeah, and I feel like talking to him first could save some time of us just dicking around and touching walls. It kind of worked, but...
Yeah. What if he doesn't know what happened to him, though? Then what?
Only one way to find out?
True.
It seems like you are all thinking about going to see Big Dale 6969, who's in the Null Shore Hospital.
I was hired to do a thing, and it seems like it's interconnected with this. I gotta go check out a place, but I haven't gotten any word on, like, what I'm supposed to do there. But it seems like that's where that email was sent.
Well, it does kind of feel like everything is connected, and I do feel like with what we just encountered and those things, safety in numbers is probably not a bad idea, considering we all seem very capable, as opposed to like Sarah and Bread Boy out there.
Just has so many carbs on him.
How is he that skinny and all he does is eat carbs?
I'm mostly just like, he just keeps pulling them out of like, he has like 8 fanny packs of donuts. It's like lined with tinfoil. It's a whole thing.
It's a bag of bread holding.
Before they kind of like decide to do anything, Aram is gonna go over to the laptop. Maybe I could help with a bit of that lead. He's gonna grab the email, Catherine's email.
Yep.
And he's gonna go on his phone, and he is going to email the Catherine email. And he is going to write, hey, Catherine, some other folks were talking about an experiment. Was wondering what it was about, how I might be able to get involved. Thanks, Aram.
Ooh, very cool. Yeah, you send it off.
Good. Hopefully we get a reply, and then we know something's up with Catherine. Yeah, he'll just look at all of them and go, Big Dale?
Yeah, I think that's stop number 1.
All right.
Then if we figure out anything there, we can go somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll start packing up the laptop.
Yeah, I mean, everything's there. I will say you notice the laptop signature was Penelope. That was whoever owned the laptop itself, as you're kind of like closing things and putting them all away and stuff like that. You all gather up your things and head outside. You open up the doors. You go to squint, expecting, it to be about noon or so, and it's dark out. And you see the van across the street, and Selena and Mike are packing up their goods. Walking down the street, you see a gentleman in like a long overcoat and with like a fedora kind of like resting over his eyes. A very clean-cut suit underneath and kind of like clean shaven. You can see like the street lights reflecting. He looks kind of pale, like pale white skin. And he stops and he's like, looks at the arcade, looks at all of you coming out underneath the like police tape, and he's like, right. Hey, sorry, do any of you happen to have the time? He like looks at his watch.
Pulls out cell phone.
Yeah, your phone says 11:26 in the morning.
What's your watch say?
Oh, I've got it's just after 9 p.m., but I think my mind might be acting up. It's been on the Fritz. I think the quartz going in it.
Yeah, that is totally the time my phone has, and I like whoever is closest to me, I would just sort of elbow and like point at the time on my phone.
He like looks at you. Sorry.
I was gonna say I would pull out my phone and
Same.
check that it's same time. Yeah.
Same thing. He's like he looks at all of you and kind of puts up his fedora a little bit. And he looks kind of like an older gentleman. What was you all right? Was something happening in there, or you all seem a little bit flustered? You're bleeding, little fella. He points at Aram.
Yeah, you know, I was careless. I had to call them to come help me because I fell over and I couldn't get up. But they came to help me. I probably shouldn't have went in there.
Yeah, these abandoned buildings can be pretty dangerous. You look hungry. He like reaches, pats down his pockets and hauls out like a cereal bar, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go get some food in the diner shortly. Here you go."
Sir, what'd you say your name was?
Oh, I didn't. Sorry. Detective Graves. Pats himself down. I'm in from the city, and he hands you a business card that has Detective Graves in, phone numbers, all that good stuff.
Could I get a vibe check?
Can I also vibe check this guy? Like, what is he?
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Let's do.
Like, have I heard of this man before?
Interesting, Jord. Let's come back. Jord, I'll come back to that.
Jord's competition.
Let's do a vibe check for sure. And we'll see what's happening there.
Just wandering the streets in a trench coat, like half of
And a
our
fedora.
party is looking weird. That'll be natural for 26.
26. Holy shit. You like squint and like really read in on this guy, and now that you're outside of the arcade, it's like you're breathing fresh air for the first time, and like you all feel a little bit better. You felt a little bit sad in there. I don't want to project feelings. Like maybe you could sense the feeling of sadness, and whether or not you let that into yourself, it's up to your character. But you're looking at this gentleman now in the fresh air. You're not getting any kind of like weird or bad vibes, and he hands the bar to Aram. He's like, you just look a little bit hungry, I guess. And then he stops and looks like kind of back over his shoulder, and coming out of like the alleyway, you see like a little like raccoon skitter out, and then he stops mid-sentence. He's like, sorry, drop my phone back there. And he walks back, and like you see him kneel down. The raccoon like hands him something, and he like has like this hushed conversation, and then stands back up and like walks back, and he's like holding his phone. He's like, "Oh yeah, I got it. I'm gonna is there a place to get a bite to eat? I'm looking for some kind of diner or something."
There's a great sandwich shop down the way.
Oh yeah, I could. Sandwich sounds pretty good. Well, sorry, you looked like you had something to say.
I just sort of like, I'm sort of like still staring to where he was like talking to the raccoon, and I just sort of like, while he's speaking, just like lean over to Tammy and go, "He's just talking to a raccoon."
Yeah, he was definitely just talking to a raccoon.
I don't fucking like this guy.
I'm not the biggest fan of cops in general, but yeah, this guy's real weird.
Jort.
Seems perfectly normal to me.
Jort, you hear over your shoulder from Mooney being like, "Hey, we know this guy. He can he snap? I don't even know."
A little shadow hand.
I think so.
Okay,
I think
snap,
so.
sure. He's like, starts poking you. Ask him about the raccoon.
Yeah, all right. Yo, what's the name of your friend over there?
The detective like looks at you, and he's like, looks back over his shoulder, and you see the raccoon
I'm real
looks.
I'm real into, rodents. Vermin.
A mammal. Not a mammal. Not rodent.
I didn't want to say vermin.
It's a cat. Shit.
He looks at you all and he's like, you can see that raccoon back there?
Yeah, it's a raccoon.
Oh.
And they handed you a phone? Like, is this a trained thing? Like,
You training raccoons back there?
No,
that up.
you can, if you can see that raccoon, do you know, Oracle? And then, Jort, you hear,
Yeah, Oracle. I couldn't think of the name. Oracle. She's that. She looks after all the paranormal stuff in the big city. She's kind of like the matriarch of the whole
Yeah.
city. Jort, you have a flood of memories of in the big city things work a little bit differently, where you have little like sects of groups that all kind of work under Oracle that look into paranormal stuff within the main city, and everyone
This
kind
is
of
why Jort's bad at his job.
no one really interacts directly with Oracle, but Oracle kind of is in charge of reaching out to all these different groups and stuff like that. And he looks at you all and he's like, never mind. We're kind of out in the far reaches of, maybe Oracle doesn't reach out this far. Maybe there is an Oracle here. I don't know. No, my friend was delivering this message, and he holds up a piece of paper and he's like, I was looking for a friend of mine, disappeared a little while ago, a man named Lazar, and he was my partner. And Tammy, the business card you're looking at kind of like burns with a purple magic, as what was previously stating about working for the police department. Now you see like this eye in the middle of it, and it lists like his name, Detective Graves, and paranormal investigation underneath it, and then the back of the card just has like Oracle written on the back. And he's like, just a little trick when people kind of ask me what I do, and it helps keep people off my case, but I just got a message to go back to the city, so kind of out of my depths here. I don't want to keep you all any longer than I have to, but if you're looking for me, just find my little buddy over there, and he'll be able to get me a message.
Right. Thanks.
Well, yeah, hey, the time thing, I asked because I could feel I was coming down here to see what the hell was going on, and you all stumble out, and then I kind of could feel that something was different. You all looked a little bit bruised and confused, so I figured I would ask. Maybe you were just caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, but it seems like you were in the wrong place at the right time, because I don't feel anything anymore. Yep. All right. I'm gonna go.
Thanks for the snack.
Yeah, eat up. I wasn't lying. You look like you'd use a meal. Have a good night. He just like starts walking away. The raccoon like watches him for a second and like scampers back into the alleyway. And Selena's like, who was that guy?
No idea.
Cool. What's the Tammy, we're gonna go we're gonna head to the hospital. What's the game plan?
Well, we're all gonna go to the hospital.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Did we have
Great.
a plan for
Team effort.
getting in? Was that you mentioned that they were like aunts or something? I don't know.
We tried to get in through I was like going deep. We tried to get in through reception, and They were giving us a bit of a hard time, saying that they didn't recognize us as one of Dale's friends because it's a small community and I guess they know everybody. And then someone came in saying they were his aunts, and then they told us to go away, more or less. So.
Who was the woman that came in that said, like, what did she look like? Out of curiosity.
She had like reddish brown hair, kind of like leather jacket, tight jeans vibe. I mean, she looked pretty cool, but like a cool aunt, you know? Everyone has like the cool aunt.
Well, I can maybe help with getting in. You know, I'm from here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, your friends or family. Yeah.
Sure. But I can at least say I am.
Amazing. Well,
I mean, alternatively, I'll say this hush to everyone besides Selena and Mike. If we find out what floor they're on, I can just shimmy us up there.
Let's try to get in the conventional way first. How about that?
And can I second plan before we climb up the exterior of a building? I can pick locks. So maybe that's plan 2, and then we do. No, you just get bored and you just do the thing, and then you're like. But yeah, no. It's hospital.
I also have a handful of tricks up my sleeve too.
Is this a van that they have that will all fit in?
Yeah, it's like a big.
I can ride on the top.
George standing up.
I love that about you.
I was just gonna sit on it, but the I mean, I guess the jacket lets me move along across vertical surfaces, so I can probably just stick to the top.
That's so funny. I love that. I love that image in my head. It's so good.
George, I think there might be room in the vehicle.
Yeah,
so much room in the vehicle.
I love a good breeze. This won't get us pulled over at all.
It won't, because the crack police team is obviously investigating this. I look back at the building, and then no cops.
All the lights
that are
off
anywhere.
At the sandwich shop.
Yeah, all the lights are off in the precincts. No cars out front.
Yep. I just don't think you should sit on top. It's good. There's bugs. Have you seen the bugs here? They're not. It's so many mosquitoes. We're gonna drive through.
It's fine.
That's why he's got the grill.
Yes. You all pile into the Podcast pod van as you drive towards the Null Shore General Hospital. Still, Rice's no notifications coming through. Jort with a bit of a mystery with Catherine apparently in talks with the people that disappeared. Tammy reaching out to the Void and it kind of stealing a part of her. And Aram with a missing brother who he briefly could see for a fleeting moment. And I think that's where we're going to call this episode of Stories from the Shore. Ba, ba, ba.
Notification.
Spooky mysteries.
Okay, but the raccoon though.
I know. Let's go steal that raccoon. That's the new mission.
Yeah. What in the druid shit is this?
This is my new best friend, the raccoon. It's just squirting and
just
wanted
to throw that in there.
Listen, I just love that he was just reach out to my buddy. I feel like anytime Aaron sees a raccoon now, he's gonna be like.
Is that the one?
Can I ask any of them?
All raccoons are spies.
That's a deep cut to what was the precursor for the original Null Shore series, where we played a one-shot in a magical city of Toronto, and the magical means of delivering messages between different members and sects was raccoons would transport the messages for you, magically or whatever. And that was just a fun little deep cut that I just wanted to throw in there, just for fun.
We loved it.
Friends, thanks
Bryce
for.
was like,
thanks
how
for-
the fuck do I get a raccoon?
This
Thanks
guy's
for,
creepy, but this raccoon's great.
I have a question. Has Risa like wild shaped into an animal in her life?
I feel like it would be that thing where it's like she maybe does it while she's like sleeping.
Or you
Like, it
wake
would-
up like a werewolf syndrome. You wake up and you're like, what happened?
Yeah. Or like you just go and do it and then come back and you're just like, you have like a dead rabbit or something and you're like, how did I get this dead rabbit? Why is there so much fur in my van?
Why are my clothes torn?
Yeah.
I think wild shape transforms your clothes anyway, but
It does.
whatever. Thanks for coming back and recording this. It was a bit of a break, but man, am I excited to be back playing some D&D with all of you. In reverse order of what we did earlier, if you want to give a shout out to where people can find you, Kai. Sorry, I know you just took a sip, but you were reverse first.
Yep.
Kai, can you tell the people where they can find you?
I am Kai, Kyle Cosplay on mostly Twitter. I am over on Gut Punch RP most of the time. And, just hanging out here. But yeah, that's it.
Hell yeah. Also known as Gut Punch RPG. Nope, it's not.
Video game.
Andy.
When?
Andy.
Hi, I'm Andy. Ahoy. I'm a hero of hearts on most social media platforms, including Twitch. I guess Twitch is a social media platform now. I'm also the Dungeon Master on Charisma Saving Show, which will be coming back soon.
Hell yeah.
Probably out now.
Out now.
Catch us for our 1 year anniversary.
Hell yeah. Yes, it was so good. Did it happen already? When this is out? I don't know.
We'll see if the AMA is out by now. We'll see.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Jess.
Hi, I am Jessica, Dr. Psychowl TV on Twitter. I am the DM for Laurelwind, as well as I play Quinn on Darkness Rising. Both of those are on Gut Punch RP. I think by the time this airs, we will be back from our summer hiatus. So go check us out.
All of the content is coming back. It's all coming back. And
now.
Grayson.
Like a Celine Dion song.
I was thinking
I'm
it.
sorry
and I didn't want to
finished
say
that.
it.
I'm sorry. Hi, I'm Captain Grayson on all social media that you can possibly think of, except for maybe I feel like kids have new things now. And I don't have those, but I play
knows?
Locke over on Charisma Saving Show, and you can check us out every second Tuesday from when you had last watched an episode. And over on Twitch, and then we upload the following Tuesdays over on YouTube.
Hell yeah. All good stuff. All good stuff. Yeah, and I'm here on No Fame. If you're listening to this right now, you're likely listening to where you can find me on other stuff like Tall Tower. Go listen to Tall Tower. It's real good. It's real fun. We're getting near the end of Tall Tower. We only have a few recording sessions left of that series, and then we're moving on to some Monster of the Week. Ooh, doing a cool, I think the campaign, don't quote me, I think the campaign is set in like 1950 Monster of the Week, which will be super interesting. I'm real excited about it. But I think that's it, because it's been so long since I've recorded anything. I don't remember what I normally say at the end of anything, but thanks for listening, and we'll catch you later. Okay, bye.
Stay cool.
Stay cool.
Ahoy, bye.
No, what's the reverse of ahoy?
Yoha.
I didn't mean that.
Justin and I both
But
same brain.
Thank you so much for listening to Stories from the Shore. Please be sure to check out our amazing friends who kindly offer their time and energy for this collaboration. You can catch Gut Punch RP live with weekly streams over on twitch.tv/gutpunchrp or on their Twitter @gutpunchrp. You can check out Charisma Saving Show with their bi-weekly shows at twitch.tv/Charisma Saving Show or on their Twitter at CHA Saving Show. You can find all things No Fame at nofame.ca. Follow our social media, come hang out with us, chat about all things nerdy, and get involved with game nights on our Discord. Or you can support our endeavors on our Twitch, Patreon, or Ko-fi. Neat. The best way to support any of the people you see here is to simply tell your friends. That's right, you can cast Power Word Gossip as a free action. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and we will catch you later on. Play a big fella who is chaotic good, loves fighting evil, and likes his
Wearing
friends.
little clothes.
That's wearing next to nothing. And we just got artwork done, and like, it's so good. It's so good. When I say Grimmir's not wearing almost any clothes, I mean it. I really mean it.
Red Sonja name.
Bikini male all the way is all I'm saying. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to steal that for my next character.
Why
I
next
haven't gone there
character?
yet.
I say George does it in this session.
the first
I mean, like, you know what? Maybe.
the first minute of this episode. Oh no, George, the fire caught onto your clothes. Whatever will we do?
I only have the shoes, the coat.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's it. A look, an iconic
And a
look.
big old smile. Sunglasses.
and the classic Jort string.
God.
Oh.
Sorry.
Well, thanks for coming, everybody.
Yeah. The
It's so
aristocrat.
uncomfortable.
Check it out in the No Fame merch store.
Oh,
Oh, the chafing.
oh.
Oh,
I
God.
feel like that doesn't have a long shelf life. I
It
feel like
shouldn't.
you put it on and it just breaks.
Yeah, it shouldn't have a long
I feel like
shelf
it's
life.
made of the same like material as like a candy necklace.
Just keep making
Just
it
little
worse.
jawbreakers.
I would rather him be wearing edible panties than a J string.
Trademarked.
Yeah, trademark.
Well,
Holy
there you go,
shit.
Justin. There's your B-roll.
Yeah, that's some gold content we got right there. On that note,